More mix. Hey guys, I'm Peter. I'm originally from Austria, and my latest project is ClawdBot. So I was playing with that idea for a while, because I use Cloud Code, or at least I use Cloud Code, also to manage my computer, to do random file management, everything. So what would happen if we up the game a little bit? So ClawdBot is kind of like, Jarvis, maybe a little bit like her, if you've seen those movies. It's an agent that runs on either your computer or in the cloud. You can install it on everywhere. It's just TypeScript. And it can access pretty much anything you want. So ClawdBot has access to my emails, my calendar, my file through Tailscale, basically my whole network, my cameras, the temperature of my bed. It can order food for me. It can pretty much do everything. It can also do MCPs if you're into that stuff. But why not show you? Say hi. Yeah, let's move over.
You might want to take your foot off the cable.
Yeah. Oh. Smart.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that was.
Do you broke it?
Hello.
All right. So my preferred, we support right now WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, Discord. Somebody submitted MS Teams and I regretfully merged it. And also Zalo, Matrix, and it has a whole plugin architecture. So basically you can install an NPM and add your own messaging service, so there's more to come. But let's just make Claude say hi.
Hello everyone, I am Claude, the Space Lobster AI assistant. It is an absolute pleasure to meet you all at Demo Day. Remember, we don't exterminate, we exfoliate.
Yeah, I'm a Doctor Who fan, and I went with a Space Lobster theme, so it came up with exfoliate, and that's where we go. So it also has access to my cameras. I can just ask it, show me the cameras in my London apartment. Any interesting emails? Oh, but actually this is much better. Because the beauty is you can access it from anywhere. Oh yeah, see? I put them a little bit into private mode so you don't see too much. Also, my cleaning lady keeps moving them to the background every time she's there. Can you show us a picture of ourselves? How do you see yourself? You can also do voice messages, of course, because that's much nicer. And maybe also a video. I think you made one before. And I queue, so even you can hook it up in a group chat. And it will. Here's how I see myself: a majestic space lobster foliating through the cosmos. Hard shell, soft heart, ready to exfoliate. So my secret. Oh yeah. Oh, it was complaining because it was creating a video, and apparently lobsters are not safe for work. So it was keep being blocked because lobsters are too dangerous with their claws. So now I made a really cute little lobster, and it was like, oh, at least I got that. Fuck that. I give it So the structure is, there is of course agents.md with all the basics, system prompt. I don't use Cloud Code underneath or anything. I use my own harness, so I have more control over the agentic loop. Then we have an identity file that's basically everything about me. Then we have a soul.md, which is kind of like the core values and how the agent should act. Then it also has an identity. And the really cool thing is, if you go on the website and you just want to try it out, let's see if that works. I speak fluent Bash, sarcasm, and aggressive. Tab, completion, energy. It starts with a blank canvas. I put a lot of care into the first run experience, so you don't get a random AI that's boring. You can make a sassy space lobster or a smart fox, or I don't know what we're gonna do. Let's see if it crashes. This project kind of took off. If I can, oh yeah, this is my GitHub. If you want to find me, I build way too much projects. I kind of had to build an army of CLIs because I very much believe CLIs are better than MCPs. For example, while Mr. I forgot the name, Cloudflare, talked about CLIs, Matt, I just used Make Porter, one of my projects, to build a CLI out of an MCP because turns out agents are really good at calling CLIs. CLIs scale really well. You can have like a few thousand or 100,000 on your computer and it still works. And it's progressive disclosure. So I just have to know that there is a CLI, then I call help on it, then I get like what this CLI can do, and then I call it. That's kind of like how Unix works. And you can just package every MCP in the world through Make Porter into a CLI. And yes, I totally got the idea from Cloudflare when I built it. Yeah, also with random shit like GIF in the terminal, why not? YOLO. Here, this is like one of the Cloudflare MCPs through Make Porter. You get a nice TypeScript API that your agent can call. But that's not the point. This was the speech you saw was through 11 Labs, so I built like a CLI for that. I have a CLI to summarize, so the model can like be context smart. I built a CLI for Google because freaking Google has no CLI to actually manage all your stuff. I guess I have to do everything myself. This project is really interesting because usually when I do stuff on Twitter, I get a lot of response, but nobody really got it because it's like a new product-defining category. Like nobody really had personal agents before, and we're still too much boxed into our thinking that coding agents are for coding when they're like really clever beasts and can do anything. For example, I'll tell you a story. I started this. It wasn't called ClawdBot. It was called WhatsApp Relay, because I just wanted something where I can like type in little commands from when I'm not at my computer to run at my computer. And I hacked it to get in like 2 hours, very simple. But I usually use prompts when I do anything, so I wanted to have image support. So I built something where if somebody sends an image from WhatsApp, I just pass on the file path, and the agent will be smart enough to like load it itself. And then I was in Morocco, and I was playing with it a lot, and it was fun. And at some point, I wasn't thinking and just sent a voice message. And then 10 seconds later, the model just replied with the answer. And I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? And the model was like, yeah, you sent a file, but there was no file ending because I didn't program it. So I looked at the headers, and I saw that it was Opus. So I used FFmpeg to convert it to Wave. And then I wanted to use Whisper, but you didn't have Whisper installed. But I found this OpenAI API key, so I sent it to OpenAI, translated it, and then here I am. And I'm like, that's why I kind of saw like the potential that these beasts are like just incredibly smart at general purpose problem solving. My God, you have no taste. What else can you do? The app is shitty. What else can you do? Tell us a little bit. Show us. Give us the full rundown. Maybe also tweet that you're at demo day. Of course, I have an embedded browser as well. So because giving a model full access to your whole system and your network is not crazy enough, I thought, can we up it a notch? So I added a heartbeat function that just calls the agent every configurable model, like every 10 minutes. It get a heartbeat with the prompt that says, surprise me. And the model can either decide to send a token back, like heartbeat OK, so like you don't see anything, or it can check up on you. So I have like client apps, so the model knows if I'm working on my computer. Sometimes it looks at my screen and roasts me. It can also click, because I built Peekaboo, so it can take over my full screen. Like sometimes I have like code extensions open, I go to food, I'm like, is this done already? And it would check my screen and type in continue for me. It has memory. So I would say it's still primitive. It's like a markdown file a day and then some vector search over it. But it works damn well, I would say. Here, you can see it's now tweeting. This is its own browser. So I started with Playwright, but I hacked it and made it a lot better. So it happily checks the I'm not a bot checkboxes. So right now it's exfoliating. Come on, you can find the post button. It checked me in on my British Airways flight because I did the keynote at an AI conference yesterday. I was sweating a little bit because to check in, it actually had to find my passport on my Dropbox, get the key out, and it did all of that. And then it was like bitching about the shadow DOM. So here we are, did a tweet. Please don't do a second one. What else do we have here? Yeah, I'll show you how to create your own. So first of all, you get like the prompt that this is probably madness. I recommend you only use like a really good model, like Opus 4.5 has pretty damn well prompt injection. When I hacked on this for a while, I saw everyone that I showed it in person was like hooked. And on Twitter, I got very immediate response. I was like, what can I do to actually make people believe? And if you see the graph, here, can you guess where I figured out how to get the graph? I made a Discord, and I just hooked my bot into the public Discord. That was before I implemented sandboxing, so I was sweating a little bit. But turns out, here, this is our Discord. We grew within like 10 days to almost 5,000 people. There's a whole bunch of AI researchers and CEOs in there, like the Planetscale and Convex. A whole bunch of people who do models. So it's a really cool place, also a really crazy one. Yeah, and people try to trick it into like getting stuff out, but it was basically laughing at them the whole time. So I wouldn't say this is safe. I'm sure eventually this will be prompt injected because nobody has a great solution for that yet. But to me, this is just insanely useful. I use it every day, not just to manage my life, but also as a coworker. Like I give it an open source repository, just like check this out, play around with this. And it tries to CLI, tells me, oh yeah, no, there's a bug, I had to compile it, blah, blah, blah. This is not better than this. It also like helps me to keep track of my fitness goals. It has access to my health data. So it knows when I didn't sleep well enough. It will bitch at me. It will bitch at me if my weight goes up. This is far better than any fitness trainer because the more information you give those little monsters, the more tailored it can be. Like it knows exactly that I'm at demo day right now, and it will keep remembering that, at least bits of it if I remember it. So I'll show you a little bit the first one experience because I'm quite proud of it. Now you all have to look away because I have to find the entropic token. And I know those are in high demand. Yeah, Entropic tried to cut us off because they now have their Timo one, co-work. I said co-work my ass, but it came off a little bit gay. Here we go. Enjoy. Then you can configure the channel. I built a lot of skills. It installs a launch daemon on Linux, on macOS. It also works with Linux. Windows works. VSL works better, but those works. And then the first run experience is, of course, you can do it in web, but I like the terminal more. I also built a TUI, and then it basically says, hello. Who am I? What am I? What are you? You are Gollum. Let's see what's coming there. Yes, we like it pressures. It fits us. And then it also picks an emoji because like it's kind of this thing. Like I have the space lobster emoji. Every creature gets their own emoji, and I guess the swampy creature is good. I like the swampy creature. And I'm Peter, and I'm at demo day in London right now. So there's like 100 people watching you. Yeah, it's bugging out. Let's see what it's saying. We like them. Oh yeah, the ring emoji. 100 pressures in London. So this is basically the startup. It has like a bootstrap.md. Again, everything's very simple. You don't need high tech for that. And you feed it with some information. It will create the identity files, the soul files, and it's also allowed to update them. You're recommended that you put it in Git, so it backs up its own work directory. It also has cron jobs. It also has sub-agents. So everything that's a little longer, it can spin up sub-agents. It can remember you. Like I use it as an alarm clock, and it has control of my Sonos speakers and also my computer. So it can both check on how much did I sleep, and then like slowly change the lights because I use Philips Hue, and it has control to the lights as well. It can check on the camera if I'm actually awake or not. Some people say I'm building Skynet here, but with claws. And oh yeah, it also built a game. So, but fuck you. So this is my own app, trying to get me cookies. Make sound effects on the Space Invader game. I integrate quite deeply with Tailscale. So it has one of the features also is a web server, so you can just put files in a server. It'll automatically be distributed, so the model doesn't have to do too much, and you can totally use it as an experimentation. There's also native apps. You can put it on the wall, like it builds me a morning report with a custom dynamic interface where I have buttons. When I click a button, a prompt is sent back to the model, and it updates the interface. That stuff is still a little bit slow, but it's a transitionary problem. I think this is a glimpse into the future. It's built to be hackable. One of our core mantras is you can check out the Just Works page or the hackable version, and Claude wrote the script. So he said, you clearly know what you're doing. You built it, now you meet it. And that's ClawdBot at 48. Thank you.